What's going on, guys? It's boy Yoshimitsu Kana coming back at you with another video. So this time we're gonna do something a little bit different today. I know generally I like to break up the Let's Plays with the ranking tier list type thing, but I figured with the Game Awards right around the corner, I figured I'd kind of go through this list, and I'm sort of gonna kind of just give my opinions on the categories. And then, I'm going to be watching the Game Awards when it happens. So I'm curious to see what happens. Let me know in the comments what you think is going to win in each specific category. I'm going to go through each one. Now, I will say, straight up, I don't know a whole lot of things within these categories. There might be some games, there might be some people, there might be some things I don't really know. So again, pardon my ignorance from the very beginning, just in case I don't already know. But I figured, this would just be something fun, and to be quite honest, every person is kind of hopping on this train, and I kind of want to do it too. So, all right, so starting off, let's go from the bottom. We'll work our way up to the Game of the Year. So, best esports team. Now, little backstory about me. I actually used to compete in Call of Duty way back in the day. So, I am actually very familiar with esports, not to the Valorant, League of Legends, or Counter-Strike, I guess, levels, but I at least know some things about esports. Okay, so I'm just gonna be honest with you, this is not my forte. I guess I'll just go with NRG. I'll just cast my vote for NRG, I guess. I don't really know that one, so. Alright, best esports athlete. We got Brock for Valorant, Chovy from League of Legends, Forsaken from Valorant, Kakeru Watanabe, Street Fighter, Menard from Street Fighter, and Zaiwo from Counter-Strike. I'm going to go with Kakeru on this one, just because I like Street Fighter. It's probably one of my more favorite games. And actually, it's between Menard and Kakeru. I'm not going to pick either one because I don't really watch the competitive scene, but I do like Street Fighter. So we'll go with either one of those two. So either Saul Leonard or Kakeru Watanabe, okay? The next one we got is best esports game. Again, I don't play esports, so I'm just going to be so honest with you. This category means absolutely nothing to me. But I guess we'll just go with Valorant, I guess. Again, I don't really have a good one. I guess we'll go Valorant. Next, Content Creator of the Year. Okay, so very interesting selections here. Now, I'm going to do two different things. I'm going to say who I want to win and who I think might win. I want Moist Critical to win because I've loved Moist Critical for a few years now, so I think he should win. But I think it's going to go to Kai Cenat just because of the insane hype he had, plus the million subscriber Mafia 3, whatever the case is. So I'm pretty sure Kai Cenat's going to win. It's kind of a no-brainer at this point. The Burnt Peanut, I think, is a dark horse. I've heard a lot about the Burnt Peanut. I've never seen the Burnt Peanut, but, that's just kind of my take on it. So, next we got Most Anticipated. Okay, this is going to be a tough one. So, for me, we got 007 First Light, Grand Theft Auto 6, Marvel's Wolverine, Resident Evil Requiem, and The Witcher 4. Now, let's just get this out of the way. The only one that I think is going to win is Grand Theft Auto 6. I think it's just overhyped to this point, and people are just clamoring for it. I don't care about Grand Theft Auto. It is not something I regularly want to play or check out, so I think that one will win. But in my personal opinion, it's between The Witcher and Marvel's Wolverine. I think I'm going to go with The Witcher 4 just because I like The Witcher's world a little bit better, but the visceralness of Marvel's Wolverine really impresses me. So it's actually quite a close race, but I'm still going to give it up to The Witcher. The next one is Best Adaptation. So we got Minecraft movie, the Devil May Cry anime, Splinter Cell's Death Watch, The Last of Us Season 2, and Until Dawn. Now, full disclosure, I've seen none of these. I think the Minecraft movie is going to win. I watched maybe 10 minutes of it, and I realized I'm not the target audience, so I said, forget it. Actually, me and my fiance both tried to watch it, and we were like, no. What I would want to win is maybe the Devil May Cry. I would like an animation thing to win, so that's just my pick for it, and I haven't made past the first season of The Last of Us. So, yeah. Next one we have Best Multiplayer. I do not play multiplayer games at all. I think I haven't touched one in a few years, but I'm just gonna give it to I guess I'll just give it to Arc Raiders just because it looks the most interesting. And out of all of these multiplayer ones, Battlefield 6, Elden Ring, Night Rain, Peak, and Split Fiction, Arc Raiders look the most interesting to me, and it's one of the few multiplayer games I actually wanted to play. So that's my vote for that one. Next is Best Sports Racing. This one, I'm gonna be honest with you, I hate sports and racing games. It's like my least favorite gaming genre. But we have EA Sports, F1, Mario Kart World, Rematch, and Sonic's Racing Cross Worlds. I'm just gonna give it to Sonic Racing. To be honest, I don't really care one way or another. This is just not my category, to be honest. Best Sim Strategy. Okay, so this one we got Final Fantasy Tactics, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Sid Meier Evolution or Civilization 7, Tempest Rising, The Alters, and 2 Point Museum. Now, I think this is kind of a runaway for Final Fantasy Tactics, and this is the one I want to win. But I also think maybe Sid Meier's, just with the name recognition alone, has a shot also for taking this over. But I think it's far and away Final Fantasy Tactics' category to lose at this point. So I'm gonna go with that one. Best family game, we got Donkey Kong Bonanza, Lego Party, Lego Voyagers, Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing, and Split Fiction. It's gonna be between the two Nintendos. It's really hard to beat a Nintendo game in this category. I feel like they just sort of run this category. So it's either gonna be Mario Kart World or Donkey Kong Bonanza. I haven't played any of these, so I'm gonna go with those two. Nintendo's is always a safe bet. Best fighting game. Haven't played any of these either, but we got 2KXO or 2XKO, Capcom Fighting Collection, Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, and Virtua Fighter 5. I guess I'll go with Capcom Fighting Collection. One of the few fighting games that I used to play was Marvel vs. Capcom, so I mean, I think that's a pretty safe bet for somebody like me. But what I think might win, I think it's going to be 2XKO, just because it has the Riot name attached to it. I know it's not super popular within the fighting community, but I think just because it's a Riot game, I think it might honestly just kind of eclipse that. I would also like to see maybe like Virtua Fighter win. Ryoga Gotoku Studios, I like them. They make all the Yakuza games, so it'd be cool to see them win too. I don't know if they will, but it'd be interesting if they did. Best RPG, so we got Avowed, Clair Obscura, Expedition 33, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, The Outer Worlds 2. It's going to be Clair Obscura, Expedition 33, no contest. The closest second would have to be probably KCD 2. I would say that's probably the closest second in this category. And then I think The Outer Worlds and Avowed would be tied, and then Monster Hunter is last. Best Action Adventure, we got Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Hollow Knight Silksong, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and Split Fiction. Now, this one is kind of tough. I haven't played Split Fiction, so I can't comment on that one. I haven't played the Indiana Jones game. I played the first Hollow Knight, but not this new one. Ghost of Yotei, and then Death Stranding 2 on the beach. I hope Ghost of Yotei wins. I love the Ghost of series, and I've been waiting for this one to drop, and I'm super excited to play it. Death Stranding 2 on the beach, I think that also has a pretty good shot of making it just because it's Kojima. It's hard to really go against Kojima in these types of categories, but I think Ghost of Yotei might win. The next one we got is Best Action Game. We got Battlefield 6, Doom the Dark Ages, Hades 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, and Shinobi The Art of Vengeance. I think this is going to be another case of Hades 2 just running away with it just because of name recognition. I would like to see Ninja Gaiden 4 win. I used to play the Ninja Gaiden games back in the day, but I think Hades 2 is probably a shoo-in for this one. Maybe Battlefield 6, but I think it's kind of ran out of steam lately, so I don't think that'll catch up. Best VR and AR. I don't even have VR, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip this one because this is just pointless for me to even try. Best mobile game. I don't play mobile games either, so I'm just going to skip this one too. Best debut indie game. Blueprints, Clair Obscura, Despelote, and Dispatch. I'm pretty sure this is also going to be Clair Obscura's category as well, because I mean it's just record-breaking, shattering, one of the best games of all time. So Clair Obscura, it's not even close. Best independent game, Absalom, Ball X Pit, Blueprints, Clair Obscura, Hades 2, Hollow Knight, Silksong. Again, I just think this is another Clair Obscura situation. I think maybe Ball X Pit could maybe make a run for this category just because I've heard it's kind of got that Balatro feel to it, but I think Clair Obscura just runs away with it without a doubt. Best community support, Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, and No Man's Sky. I would have to say it's between Baldur's Gate and Helldivers 2. I've never played Helldivers, but I know the community is very passionate, and I feel like it has some of the best support in most of these games. And then I think Baldur's Gate 3 just honestly eclipses it just because they've continuously pushed out quality after quality updates. So Baldur's Gate 3 I think might win, but I think Helldivers 2 is a decent shot. Final Fantasy 14 I would normally say is also a pretty good choice, but I don't know. I just think with the Dawntrail expansion, they kind of ran out of steam, and I don't think people are talking as positively, especially after getting rid of some of the mods. So I don't think they're gonna win. Next we have Best Ongoing, which is Final Fantasy 14, Fortnite, Helldivers 2, Marvel Rivals, and No Man's Sky. I'll be honest, this category is not that great. I'd want Final Fantasy 14 to win. I just don't think with all the controversies of taking away the mods and kind of the direction they've been going in with Dawntrail, I don't think it's given them such a positive PR spin. So do I think Final Fantasy 14 could win? Yes. Is it going to win? I don't think so. I think what may win is probably Helldivers, or maybe even Fortnite. Fortnite might sneak out this category just because it's still ongoing and people still love it. So I think it's between those two. I would like to see Final Fantasy 14 win, or even No Man's Sky, just because it's been an incredible journey watching that. And I did buy the game at launch. I was one of those people who was duped. But the fact that they haven't given up on the game speaks volumes. So I would like to cast that vote in as well. No Man's Sky. Games for Impact. Okay, so we got Consume Me, Despelote, Lost Records, Bloom and Rage, South of Midnight, and Wanderstop. So totally, completely honest, I've played none of these. The only one I've kind of seen is South of Midnight, and I think that one should win in my opinion. I don't really have a lot of basis other than it looked really awesome. I love the world and like the designs they were doing, so I'm gonna go with that one. I'll be honest, I don't really know what the other games have, so I'm just gonna throw South of Midnight in there. Innovation and accessibility. Assassin's Creed Shadows, Atomfall, Doom the Dark Ages, EA Sports, and South of Midnight. I'm going to go ahead and just skip this one too, mainly because I don't really know a lot about the accessibility. I do know about some of them, but I don't want to cast a vote. It's not really my wheelhouse. Best performance. Okay, so now we're getting to some meat and potatoes. So we got Ben Starr from Clair Obscura. We got Charlie Cox from Clair Obscura. We got Erika Ishii from Ghost of Yotei, and then we got Jennifer English from Expedition 33, Konatsu Kato from Silent Hill F, and Troy Baker from Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. I'll be honest, any one of these Clair Obscura folks is probably going to win it. I personally think it should be Ben Starr. I think he was amazing as Verso, and I think he 100% deserves it. It would actually be really funny if Charlie Cox won it, just because he feels so guilty about the praise the game gets, but he knows nothing about it. And then I think Jennifer English was also super fantastic, so any of the Clair casts, honestly, I think should win 100%, but I think Ben Starr wins. Best audio design, Battlefield 6, Clair Obscura, Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, and Silent Hill F. It's going to be Clair Obscura again. I don't think there's any other game that comes close to it when it comes to the audio. So, best score in music. I'm not even going to read these. It is without a doubt Lauren Testerad. I think I've listened to this song so much lately, and it's just a beautiful song. I'm not even gonna bother reading the other ones. This one has to win, in my opinion. If this doesn't win, it's 100% right. I don't care what anyone says. All right. Best art direction, we got Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Hades 2, and Hollow Knight Silksong. I think Claire Obscure might win again, just because it's been the absolute darling of the awards so far. But don't be surprised if something like Hades 2 or Hollow Knight Silksong might win this, just because they breed innovation. So I think one of those two might win it, Hollow Knight or Hades 2. But I think Claire Obscure might take this category just because it's the darling. But I think Hades 2 and Hollow Knight have a really good shot of winning this one. Next we have Best Narrative. We got Claire Obscure, Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yote, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and Silent Hill F. It's going to be Claire Obscure. This is just not even up for discussion in my opinion. I have yet to play any of these other games. I just know the feeling I got playing Claire Obscure, and is anything like... I haven't felt anything like that since Final Fantasy X, so truly one of the best stories ever. Best Game Direction. This is going to be Claire Obscure again. I'm not going to read these. We've been through this a million times by now. I think Claire Obscure is definitely going to win. I think Death Stranding 2 might be able to win this one just because it has that Kojima name. That would be the only dark horse I would see in this category. I just don't think the other three are unfortunately going to top these two. So I think it's between those two. Game of the Year. Here we go. We finally made it to the very end, alright? So we got Claire Obscure Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2 on the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Alright, so I'm going to rate these as least likely to most likely to win, okay? First off, I think the most least likely to win is probably Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I unfortunately love the idea of KCD2 and I really want to play it. I just don't think it's carried itself for the whole year with enough word of mouth and enough updates. So I'm going to have to go ahead and rate that at number 6. And then number 5, I'm going to have to go with Death Stranding 2 on the Beach. While I think Death Stranding 2, was in the zeitgeist for a while, I just don't think it had that big of an impact as the first game. So I'm going to go with 5 on that. And then I'm going to go probably Hollow Knight Silksong at number 4. The build-up by Team Cherry, I think there's something to be said about Hollow Knight and the fact that Silksong came out and it was still just as good, and the price point alone caused it to have so much media attention around it. So I think it's still a long shot with it, unfortunately. And then number 3, I'm going to go with Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's Nintendo's flagship series. It's hard to fight against Nintendo in these sort of categories. But I just think Donkey Kong Bonanza sort of just came and sort of went in a way. It's still a darling, I think, for a lot of people, and there's still a lot of talk about it. I just don't think it carried itself through the year, like being in the conversation like some of these other games. So Donkey Kong Bonanza will be number 3, and then number 2 is going to be the sequel, Hades 2. While I think Hades 2 is a phenomenal game, I think the ratings and everything, I just think, unfortunately, it's going up against one of the best RPGs of the decade, and that is Claire Obscure Expedition 33, which was my number 1 pick. I wouldn't be surprised if Hades 2 won. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. I would be surprised Hades 2 won. This is Claire Obscure's category to lose, okay? In my opinion, I don't think any of these games come close to touching what Claire Obscure did this year. They didn't make the same amount of impact. They didn't have the same amount of ratings. They didn't have the same amount of like innovation or not innovation, but there's just so much conversation about Claire Obscure that is still happening almost a year later. Truly think it's a one-of-a-kind gaming experience. So those are my picks for the Game of the Year award nominees. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with these? What would you pick in your stead? Make sure you guys hit that like, comment, subscribe, all those buttons and all that YouTube stuff. But at the end of the day, I just hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye-bye.